Morning guys, welcome back to Derby Koi. Absolutely glorious day today. At the moment, as you can see that blue sky. Yesterday, well, it was overcast. It was warm, but thunderstorms, lightning. It was a really weird day. It was sunny, bright, then it was dull, overcast. Thunderstorms with no rain, thunder and lightning, no rain. Then we had heavy rain. It was weird day yesterday, but today quite nice, so I can get some jobs done. Just checking up on stuff in the bunker. Everything seems okay. I've got filter cleans to do a bit later. I'll sort them out a little bit later. But a job I've been meaning to do for a while now. One of my jobs to do today, round on the main pond, is I want to sort out the bakkie river. I've been saying for a while I want to clean out the bakkie river. Let's get round in here. I want to give this a clear out. It's a bit later than I normally would have done it. I would have done it at the start of the season, but honestly I haven't had a chance to do it yet, so today's a good day to do it. I'm expecting it to find a little bit of stuff in there. One of the reasons being I know there's going to be stuff in there because my main box here, I put my filter floss in there and my mesh, which catches a lot of the sediment and the algae and stuff like that, and build up and the bigger stuff before it goes through. And I actually cleaned the filter floss out, went to change it, got distracted, put the thing back on, thought I'd done it and I hadn't, so it left it running for a few hours. So a lot of the stuff that would have been caught by the filter floss and stuff actually went through into here, so I know there's going to be something in here. I also know there's something I've been testing for a while now to try and cut down on some of the flies in the pond. Now I know we haven't had the weather yet this year, but I have noticed a real cut down on the flies. Whether it is due to the thing I'm using, I don't know, but that's something else I'll put in here and I'll explain that a bit later. And I'll show you what I mean why. It leaves a bit of a residue, but it's completely natural residue. It's not harmful to the fish in any way of the pond, but it is supposed to cut down on the flies, and I do think it has helped, so I will show you that a bit later as well. So what I'm going to do now is get all my stuff together I need to do to clean these out, because I've got to take all this apart. And luckily I did put them in union valves, union joints, so I can unscrew those, take these apart. And what I'm doing is I'm going to take the alpha grog out. I've got a black trug down there I'm going to fill with pond water. All I'm going to do is get the mesh bag and wash it in and out, dip it in the water, give it a swill out, and that'll be them clean in pond water. And then any sediments in the box, I'll hose them down, because that's going to be fine. I just don't want the alpha grog in there. I want them clean with pond water. So that's when I get on today. So I'm going to get my stuff together and I'll get these apart and we'll come back to you. Get down there a bit. Oh, it's not as bad as I expected, to be honest. I expected a lot worse than that, because me being an idiot and not putting the floss in there left a lot of crap to go through. So it's not as bad as I expected. So yeah, hopefully the one isn't as bad either. Okay, that's the bakkie river all cleaned out. These parts wasn't as bad as I expected. Just here, because the water comes in, comes up to here and flows back down. So I kept that as like a settlement thing if anything gets through. That was a little bit of build up in there. So I'm glad I've done it. I should have done this at the start of the season, to be honest. I left it a little bit later than I should have done. But I think it's something I need to do a bit more on a regular basis, to be honest. Something, you know, I want to keep up on, because build up like that is not good. Any build up could cause bacterial issues, which is not something I don't want. Right, next job I want to do is my UV. Now I need to change the UV bulb again. I was going to do it at the start of the season, but it wasn't that bright. Now we're having some brighter days. I don't think it's working at its full potential, so got a new bulb. I want to put that in. Now I want to spin you round, show you where my UV is. You may have seen it. It's not in the ideal place, but it's the only place I can get to it where, the only place I can put it where I can get to it and change the bulb easy enough, or the easiest way I could. So it's not ideal where it is, but I want to get this done now, so let me spin you around. There's my UV. Obviously this is now at head height. Ideally it could have do with being down here somewhere now, but obviously with everything I've got here I can't get to it. So it is pump fed, so it's having to pump up through the UV, whichever way it goes. I can't remember now. Let me have a look. Where's the pump? Yes, so it pumps up and into that way. So not ideal, I know that, but it's the only place I can get to it in this filter house. The only place I can put it where I can get to it. So what I've got to do now is all I hopefully need to do is undo that bracket there. That one should be okay. I might just loosen that one off. Then I'm going to lift the whole thing up and pull it out, and then so I can get to the bulb. So that's what I'm going to do now. I may need help with this one, because I don't want to put too much pressure on these joints here, and as it comes up I need to support it to get it out. So I'll make a start on it, and I may need ground to come and help me. Okay, I've got it down. I think I'm going to be okay. It's not putting any pressure on that side, so I can still get to it from this side and take it out. Hopefully I don't break anything as it comes out, because I will be in trouble. So fingers crossed. Let me get the old one out. Okay, that's in and up. It was a bit awkward on my own, but it'd have been a bit tight with two people in here, but I've now changed it. This is the old one. Looks okay. I don't know if you can actually see. Probably see if I'm getting better light. I don't know. Just on the edge, about here on the glass, it's just starting to discolour on there, and the other end is just about the same. So I don't think, and you can see now it's actually starting to burn inside there a bit more now, just in there. So it was just around here. You can see it's starting to cloud up a little bit, but it did need to change. So that's that job done. Let's put that down there so I don't break it. Ooh. Okay, and these things are invaluable. These are fabulous things. So yeah, oil filter remover, but it's great for all this type of, all your rubber connections here, so you can't get the pliers on. Sometimes you can't use it, like I had to over here. I couldn't get that in on these, I had to use pliers. But things like these, and even these, are really, really good. You can get the leather ones, which aren't as good, but these rubber ones are really good. And it did help to split that, because it was turning that, but not that. So I held it on there and turned that by hand, and it came undone. It's really, really useful for that. So I always have one of these to hand. So I now need, I'm going to get the pump up and running. There we go. Let's get that back up. Running. Yep, there we go. So that is now running through. Just filling up. Yeah, I have to drop the easy pod down to let the water out of this. So UV on. There we go. UV is up and running, and that actually looks brighter than the old one. So that is back up and running. Extremely happy. Right, that's everything I need to do in here for now. At some point I am going to do some changes in here. I want to change this over here. It's been working absolutely fantastic, really great, but I do want to try and upgrade it. So what I'm thinking, if I can get one cheap enough and I see one close enough, local enough to go and pick it up, I'm thinking of changing this top box for a sieve filter. I think they're the green Aqua. I'm not sure if they're Aqua Forte. No, they're not. But the green midi sieve filters are only little, and probably they'll fit in there perfectly. And I probably won't need all this filter flossing here. I'm thinking of changing that, and I don't know then whether to change the bakkie river into a shower filter, and I can get a bit more flow through it. But so this bakkie river, this setup, the way I've got the bakkie river set up, it seems to be working fine. I have no issues with the pond, parameters are all good. So I'm not sure whether to do that or not, to change the bakkie river into a bakkie shower. Something I'm going to have to think about, but I definitely want to change this section here into more of a sieve filter. Make it a bit easier for cleaning for me, a little bit, but I'm happy with it at the moment, but I'm going to keep my eye out for that one. Yeah, apart from that in here, no other changes at the moment, unless at some point I do decide to make the pond bigger, which I would like to do, but again that's not going to be for a while yet. Maybe a year, maybe two, depends. I'm going to have to start saving the pennies for a new liner and stuff, because that's not bloody cheap. So, and if that does happen and I go bigger, I will have to upgrade the filtration in here to take the bigger pond. Means I could possibly get more fish in there. So yes, the filtration I've got now will do a really good job. I can take more as it is, but I am thinking about, if I do go bigger, I may need to upgrade the filtration in here, whether that's adding another easy pod, something like that, or I wouldn't get a Nexus in here. I don't think I'm big enough for a Nexus. I don't know, maybe at the 200 or 220 possibly, who knows. But again, with a barrel filter I can always get a bigger barrel filter in here as well, as I have a bigger moving bed. But that's something to think about much later down the line. It all depends on funds. But yeah, finished in here for now. I think what I'm going to do now is round in the bunker. I've got filter cleans to do, so I might have a chat with you in there. Give some of the others a chance today. Right? Okay, in the bunker, just done the filters in here. There's not much else in here. One issue I have got to sort out at some point is I got an issue with my diesel heater. Obviously been warm weather, so it hasn't been on, but I do fire it up occasionally just to make sure it's okay, there's no issues. And I fired it up the other day and it came up with an error code, and the error code said it was the glow plug. So I ordered a new glow plug, fitted that, and it still came with the same error code. So I have got to do some tests on it to confirm and getting the right voltage and stuff like that. And there's no other issues. I know the glow plug's working. I've tested the glow plug. That's actually heating up. I've got the heat sensor on there. I need to check to see if that's working. I'll do a continuity test on that to make sure that's working. But I've got to take it all out and strip it all down. And so yeah, that's one issue I want to sort out. Get that up and running again. Obviously I want to get it done now before the I don't want to do messing around with that in the winter. I want to get that up and running, so if when they start getting the colder nights again, I can bung it back on to keep the heat up in here. So yeah, that's one thing I need to get sorted. Not much else in here, so that's it for now. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hit that bell for your notifications. Pop on over to Facebook and Instagram. So until the next one, Stay safe. Job's a good one.